Guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're gonna finish our AK-47 inspired series of last gun I would ever sell. We're gonna go through the AK-47s and narrow it down to one last one we would sell if we had to get rid of them all except one. So we have 5 AKs here on the table. I do have a 6th AK, but it's a parts kit. It's one of those Hungarian AMD 65s. I have a receiver and all that made up for it, but I still have to have it put together. I'm going to have the barrel cut down. I have big plans for it, but since it's all in pieces, I'm not going to include it in this video. So, we'll take you in closer so you can get a better look at these. We'll run through them and then we will narrow it down to one. So if I could only keep one AK, which one would it be? Let's go through what we have here. So in the back we have the Zastava M70, which I do have a separate video on that. We have the Arsenal SAM7. I still need to make a video on that. We have the Saiga 7.62x3.9, which is featured in a video, along with the Saiga 12. I decided to include the Saiga 12. The 223 Saiga I did sell. I'm going to keep these two. And then we have the MAK 90, which has made a small feature in a video, but I still need to do a real video on this one as well. Alright, well, we can only keep one. So what's going to be the first one to be eliminated? Well, I'm going to eliminate, and I'll just set them off to the side here. I'm going to eliminate the Saiga 12 just because if I can only have one AK, I'm not going to make it a 12 gauge shotgun, even though this thing is really awesome. So we are going to get rid of the 12 gauge. Alright, so now we are down to 4. Let's see if I can get them in the picture a little better. Down to 4. Actually, I'm gonna get rid of the other Saiga. I mean, as far as quality, this is one of the best. But because it's still in its regular configuration, and it hasn't been converted, that's what would make this one go. If this one was fully converted, I would hold on to it longer. But because we still have the original rifle stock and all that, we're gonna have to get rid of this one next. And then there were 3. Now it gets extremely tough because these are 3 great examples here. I am a huge fan of old school wooden furniture. This look, this is me right here. Preferably maybe more of the blood red type furniture, but that's my look. That's my jam right there. So I am going to, this may shock some people, I am going to eliminate the Arsenal next. This is one of the best AKs that you can get in the US of A today. Now, I'm not a big optics person when it comes to AKs. I don't really prefer them with optics at all. I just decided to test this out. I got this whole sidecar kind of rail system and I wanted to try it, and I threw a red dot on and I have it sighted in, and it's pretty cool. But this isn't really my preferred deal, but I just kind of threw it on here. This was actually the only AK that it would fit on for some reason. What I've never liked about the Arsenal is I'm not a big fan of this big ass muzzle brake. I like your old school slanted, just, you know, basic as hell muzzle. I don't care for this big ass thing. I just never really been a fan of that. But this is a phenomenal rifle, milled receiver. I mean, this is an unbelievable choice, and people are probably screaming at the camera right now as I eliminate this one. Then we're down to 2. And if you are screaming and throwing stuff at the TV right now, I don't blame you. That's a great gun. Whew. This is where, man, I could literally go either way. And the reason why these are left is, I mean, they are great guns, no doubt. These are my 2 favorite ones to shoot. This one, I would prefer that it had different furniture on it. And my plans are to get wood furniture, blood red, and put that on the MAK 90. That's my plan eventually. I just want it to have that old school look. So you have a milled receiver. This is a MAK 90 with the milled receiver. And you have a stamped receiver here. I believe this is a stamped. Yeah, this is a stamped receiver in the M70. So, as hard as it's going to be, I think I'm going to get rid of the M70, and I'm going to pretend that I have my wood furniture on this one and it's ready to go. If not, I'll deal with it, but I'm going to go with the MAK 90. I just love... Shit. One of my lights just fell. Hold on. Okay, we're back. I think I prefer a milled receiver. It just makes for a smoother action. A little heavier when you have a milled, but it's just a more durable. You know, if you were to run this over with your car, it's got a greater chance of still being good to go. I like the way the MAK 90 feels. It's also a pretty good quality AK, a Norinco MAK 90. I just would get my preferred furniture and away we go. But I do love shooting this gun. So I would narrow it down to the MAK 90. This would be my final AK if I could only have one. My M70 would be second. We'll bring it back into the picture. And my Arsenal would be third. If any of you know, I'm sure I could switch out that muzzle brake on the Arsenal. I just really hadn't looked into it. But if you know firsthand that you can, or if you have one and you've switched it out, let me know. I'd be interested in what you did there. But that's it, guys. That's we're gonna go with the MAK 90 if we can only have one. And I do plan on doing a video on this soon. And eventually another video when I switch out the furniture. Like always, I appreciate you watching. Like, share, subscribe. And we'll see you on the next one.